see you all, those that I can see. Some of you obscured in darkness. I'm Dan Pavatich. You might recognize me from the poster or from your real life or Facebook, where I spam you constantly about coming to my show, of which this is the last one. Yeah. Yeah! It's over! Your reign of terror is over. But it hardly is. I have more shows after this, which I'll continue to spam you about to see. I assume you'll wait until the last one to see it. That is your want. And I can only respect it. Thank you so much for coming. I'm really surprised that anyone shows up to these things. So that's just where my self-esteem's at. Set a baseline. What's going to become fantastically clear as we go on is two things. One of which I've never had to talk about before because this area's never been filtered in 7 days. There is media and things that are like intensely relevant to what we're doing back here. You won't be able to see them. So to the extent that you need to, just be like, where are we? And I'll tell you, or someone here will tell you. Don't be afraid to call out a screen during the show. It's been pretty standard. We had a woman called Candace. Is Candace here? Candace? Candace isn't here. Candace is a regular at this bar. I encourage you to go up and talk to her. She's ruined at least one of my shows, which is great. And by ruined, I mean made special. Candace is a special character. She told me I had great teeth, which is not true, but thank you for that moment of encouragement for my dental hygiene. I will fix it after this run. Cool. What do we need to talk about? We need to talk about stand-up. There's a mirror directly opposite me here, which performers will realise is incredibly distracting. Because I'm convinced my fly is open, but it's just a pole. I made it the way it sounds. What do we need to talk about? Oh, cool, yeah. At least for tonight, I'm not a stand-up comedian. You're not a stand-up audience. If you saw some stand-up before you got here, leave that shit at the door. If you're going to see... intensity. If you're going to see some stand-up after this, just put a pin in it until you get to that show. And of course, if you saw some stand-up before and you're going to see some after, consider this the meat in your evening. People love meat. Just to be said on stage is a really special thing. So I'm glad that you all enjoyed it. Now, not doing stand-up means we can do cool things. We can go places. At least for the people sitting here, we can. Over here, you'll just see things change. I don't think I can solve that for you beyond what I've said. Ask me a question if it's confusing. There's audience interaction, so feel free to use that to be difficult, whatever you want to be. A lot of you are performers. Can I get a hey ya if you're a performer?
Hey ya!
Brilliant. All of you have taken the good seats, which is just like you. Brilliantly done. Performers have been a bit confused about the show because I asked you to do things and they're like, what does he want? What does he want from me? What's my motivation? As they so often do. Don't be confused by that. You're just an audience here. Okay, relax. You're going to be fine. Do whatever you think's right. You can't ruin this for me. You can ruin it for the other 28 odd people in the room. So let that guy do as you will. Yeah? Cool. Sweet. We're great. We're doing well. Cruising through. Did I miss anything? Yeah, great. I love the confidence. Great. Not doing stand-up means we can do tons of different things. We can go places. This chair could be, I don't know, a desert island, a pirate ship, a moment of silence. That joke works every time. As long as you're quick enough and you don't look at them first, you're great. Sorry, Siobhan, I do know her. I don't know you, but you were very helpful. So this chair can be anything. It could be, I don't know, on board an aircraft. Oh God, help me now! What? And then when I was 24, I lived in Wollongong, which I thought was metropolitan New South Wales, and it's very much regional. And it didn't have much of a nightlife at all. It was just bogans shoving glasses into other bogans' faces. So you didn't want to hang out there. Because I'm not a bogan, I wouldn't fit in. You know how it is. And if you wanted to see any nightlife, you had to go to the Big Smoke, which is Sydney. Wollongong had no nightlife. We covered that just before. But it was a bit of a joke to call Sydney the Big Smoke because it has a lot of heavy industry there. So there's a lot of pollution and smog. Yeah, it's really funny. We had people in from Wollongong and they were fucking rolling around the floor. Like, oh, Big Smoke jokes. Great. Nightlife in Sydney. But the thing is, at 24, this was 2005, guys. 2005. I didn't know what was happening in Sydney. I didn't know the places to go, where to see things, what to do. So I had a friend called Greg, and Greg was cool at the time. I hate him now. You know Greg. Yeah, he's a douchebag. I don't talk to him. He's an idiot. But at the time, Greg was cool, and he knew Sydney, and he took us to the Three Monkeys bar, just off George Street. Does anyone know it? Great. Yeah, you know it. Yeah? No? I'm pointing at you and you're just going, she doesn't know it. But it's a shit bar. It's not a great bar. At the time, I thought it was brilliant, but it isn't. Anyway, is that relevant? Maybe. Oh, we'll work it out. I don't know. We'll work it out. It's not important. Leave it behind you. Now, while I was there with Greg, I met a girl called Laura Melendez. This is Laura. Yeah. Someone tried to whistle and did that great thing where you just breathe like. So attractive I couldn't purse my lips sufficiently. Whistle. Great. This is Laura Melendez. You're probably wondering, this is me. So I thought I did very well. Yeah. The sad thing is I look almost identical except for the amount of gel on my hair. Also, I didn't have a beard. Yeah. It's not a joke. It's a statement of fact. This was me, so I thought I'd done very well for myself. We won't look at this again. This is Laura. Great. Laura's a beautiful girl, right? So depressing to look at, if only because I haven't aged. It's weird. I don't know why it's so disturbing. Laura Melendez, beautiful girl. She comes up to me and says, "Hey, I know you're a friend, and I just thought I'd introduce myself." And I should have known then, because Greg doesn't know any attractive women. She didn't know Greg. She didn't know any of my friends, in fact. It was just like this cute way of introducing herself to me. No woman had ever done that to me, lied directly to my face. So that was all new. But I thought she was really cool. She had multiple tattoos, which I hadn't experienced on a woman before. I'd experienced it with men, because I know Bogans and Wollongong. But I'd never dated anyone like that. And we started dating. We got along really well. She's from Colombia, a really poor part of Colombia. She came to Australia to be an actress, which should have been a giveaway, but wasn't. To what? We'll find out. Laura Melendez. She taught me lots of things. At 24, I was a really boring guy. I wasn't the cool, exciting, dynamic person you see before you. Just checking still whether his fly's open. She taught me about music, 9 Inch Nails, the Smiths. I didn't know about the Smiths. Does anyone not know about the Smiths?
Me.
Great, they're a great band. They have a song called There Is a Light That Never Goes Out. Does anyone know it? Woo. Yeah, great. Can you sing a few bars?
There is a light that never goes out.
Yeah, great. It does that great thing where the title of the song is also lyrics in the song, so you know what you're listening to. So Laura Melendez put me onto these things, and we would talk a lot because I was very into her and I was keen to listen. But her tattoos fascinated me. She had one in particular that was interesting. She had an aeroplane on her arm, like a commercial airliner, like a 747, like a child had drawn it. And I said to her, "Laura, what is the deal?" Because I really like Jerry Seinfeld. What is the deal with this airplane tattoo? And she said, "Well, when I was a child in Colombia, all I could think about was escaping, and that was my way to escape. So it's a reminder that you can always be free." Yeah, kind of sweet, right? My response to that, though, was, "Well, why don't you get a butterfly or like a bee or a dash hound or something that is truly free?" And she said, "Well, when's the last time you saw a 747 in a cage?" And what I didn't think of back then, but definitely should have, was that they put 747s in hangars at night. They're not fucking going anywhere unless a man takes them there. Laura and your shit tattoo. No, she's a cool lady, and I was very much in love with her, I guess. What a man thing. I think I'm in love with her, I guess. She was wonderful and interesting and exotic and had these cool tattoos like a 747 that I just couldn't get enough of. And we went out for a while, and eventually she sent me this photo. And it's an interesting photo. This was taken in 2005, guys. You remember 2005. It was great. And I was like, there's something very weird with this photo you've sent me, right? Some of you have probably realized. She's wearing a lot of makeup. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's sufficient. Also, she's laying down, maybe on a chaise lounge, which is unusual. To say the least. I mean, her head didn't jut out of her body at that angle. So it was unusual to be set up in that space. She's wearing a candy bracelet. Yeah. Oh, no. No audience has reacted to that, so don't feel wrong. One of her eyes has been coloured blue, presumably in paint. It's a very odd photo. And I said to her, what's the deal with this? And she said, well, I should be honest. I said, of course you should. Why not? Did your parents teach you nothing? And she said, well, I'm a cam girl. And this is the photo I used to promote myself. Who knows what that means? Anyone? Nah, cool. Good. Nah, good. Most of you don't know it, so it won't be awkward to explain it. What she does is sit on chat rooms online, and then men, women, or really people of any gender will pay her to go into private rooms and do things over cam. Yeah, very nice. That's what she did, and she'd be paid anywhere from $1 to $5 per minute to do that. And in fact, the amount you get paid is based on two factors: how attractive you are and how fucked up the thing you will do is, right? So it's kind of the way the rest of the world works, actually, if you think about it. But I was very upset about it because I was very into her, and I was like, that's disgusting. Men can see you, blah, 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 blah. And she told me that, look, I escaped Colombia this way. The people who employ me paid my ticket to come and do this thing. This is how life's going to be for me. And it's significantly better than where I was and what I had available to me. And that's kind of hard to argue, unless anyone's got any ideas. Good, I'll start as well. And what happened is I got free access to a private cam. She's brilliant. What's your name? Julia. Lovely to meet you, Julia. Julia's keen. So, back to Laura, whom I love. Laura Melendez gave me free access to a cam, and I went on a couple of times. It was just the grossest thing you can imagine. So imagine a woman you like doing cool, but not cool things for men that are paying for it. And the whole time there's just a stream of text by the side of the screen describing exactly what they want, what camera angles, what lighting, what sort of dialogue they'd like to hear. It's pretty gross. And so I was like, look, I'm not into this, but Laura, I'm very much into you. So if this is how it's going to be, great, but I'm not going to be a part of this thing, which I think is fair, right?
Yeah,
Brilliant. Great, thank you. Just stay on board with me. It's me and you to the end. We'll get out of here. And so I wasn't into it. But what would happen is the nights that she didn't have men on harassing her, let's say, or paying her to do things, I said, well, I'll jump on and we'll just talk. And that's what we did. And that's where I learned about the Smiths, because I hated music before Laura. Laura taught me music. Her real name is Laura Melendez, but you would need another 3 names to positively ID her in Colombia. It sounds like a joke, but it's absolutely true, because we tried to track her down, and we'll get to that. So we go on with Laura, and these late nights we talk about Colombia and how hard it was, and all the things she had to do in Colombia. Because you don't just end up with this job. It's kind of a tough road. But on we go, and it was great for a few months, as things usually are. 3 months is about the time you're going to break up. If you're going to break up quickly, no? Yes? Got a nod over here, great. Just the positivity from this side is great. They can't see anything, but I know positive. Like silver medal winners. No, you're all and then one night I went out for a couple of drinks with a friend, many friends. I had numerous friends at the time. I had a number of them. I came home after having a couple of drinks, which is the preface to every fuck up story you'll ever hear in your life. I was like, I'm going to check out this cam, see the woman I love dancing. And so I did just that. I opened up, had a look, and she was dancing. I'm like, I'm going to close the chat window, which was a mistake, because that would have warned me as to what was coming. But she started stripping, and she had a chaise lounge there, which I'd never seen in my time knowing her, but she had one apparently. And she stripped down, and she eventually got down to her bra and panties. I was like, this is a beautiful woman. The rest of it, Laura, was as good as her head. So imagine that's the baseline, and then that just runs down a 5'4" body. Oh, wow. All right. Laura gets down to bra and panties. Eventually she takes her bra off. I'm like, this is a beautiful woman. I'm very lucky. This is me again. So, didn't deserve it, didn't work for it. And eventually she bends down over the chaise lounge and takes down her panties. I'm like, where is this going next? What could possibly happen? It was like an M. Night Shyamalan movie full of twists, right? And she pulls down her panties very slowly, and then she reaches back, and then she shits in her hand and eats it. Detective Drake, you're probably wondering why I dragged your drunk ass in here. Well, I'm about a week away from retirement. I assume it's the old gold watch, handshake, and then you're gonna push me into the Pacific like an elderly Eskimo on a sheet of ice. Elderly Eskimo, no! We've got a crime for you to solve. A crime's been committed. A crime. Chief, you gotta be crazy. You know I haven't had a partner since the snake heist. Look, we've all missed Detective Jackson. But it's time to move on. You got a new partner, Detective Lamar. No, not Detective Lamar. I hate Detective Lamar. I hate his face. I look at his face, I want to tear his face off. I want to roll his face into a cigarette and smoke it. I want to pollute the atmosphere with his face. And you know I'm an environmentalist, apart from snakes. So you've met my son. I've been here the whole time. Yeah, he stinks! Alright, gentlemen. Calm down. Now, the deceased is a comedian. Dan Pavatich, shot twice in a show. Comedian shot on stage. Killed on stage, a comedian. It's like a bad joke. I'll tell you what a bad joke is. Pulling the bloated corpse of your friend and partner of 25 years out from underneath 52 carpet pythons. Then trying to explain it to his kids. They're 5 and 8 years old. They don't want to hear it. And now they'll never enjoy an episode of Totally Wild again. Or that series they gave Bindi Irwin after her father died. That's pretty gruesome. Yeah, she didn't have the stage presence of her old man, but damn if she didn't try. Australia owed her that much. That aside. So he's killed with a gun. Did we find the weapon? No, we didn't find the weapon. It'd be much easier if we did. We found 2 bullets in the body. Does that help? No, you're right, Chief Dad. Now, witnesses. We've got a ton of witnesses. Let's go with short brown hair. Go with short brown hair, red shirt. Go with short brown hair, jumper, rolled up sleeves. They'll go with short brown hair. There's a real cornucopia of people with short hair that was brown. If you're looking for one of them, you're in the right place. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine you were. You're right. I was just thinking of the funeral. Buried in closed casket. Body looked like a pincushion. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Gentlemen, let's focus on the task at hand. All right? Suggest you start with the witnesses. Welcome to the danger zone. Now, this is the last stop on your walking tour of NASA's facilities. You're probably wondering, why is it called the danger zone? If you look up, you see a space shuttle, like a million fires going to come out of that. Now, if you've got any questions about space, or danger, or the various zones, or space, now some people ask me, what is space? It's a big black place above the sky. Okay. Any questions about space, or danger, or the zones? Some people ask, did I want to be an astronaut? Of course I did, that's why I'm here. That's why I came here, okay? But you know, I have the polio, so one of my legs is longer and shorter than the other one, which you wouldn't think would be a problem in 0G. But when you push off in zero gravity, you could end up in an instrument panel, or maybe out a window, and then that becomes a whole danger zone of its own. Good danger question, good space question. Okay, we've got any danger questions or space questions, or science questions, or physics questions, or zone questions? A question here?
How did space start?
Yeah, good question, man. There was a big bang, and then all the space came out. There was tons of space, all the things separated. Good space question, good beginning of time question.
What's the most dangerous zone in space?
Yeah, good question. A sun is pretty dangerous. But also, the other thing about space is there's very little oxygen in it. So it's kind of a whole danger zone on its own. Good space question, good danger question. Okay, any other space questions or danger questions? Don't be afraid to yell. Some of you I can't see. Okay, over here, space question? Not good, man. Sometimes you just have to know it all. Okay. Good space question, good danger answer.
What's your favorite place in space?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I've never been to space, so it's got a certain pain attached to it. But I'll tell you, Mars is my favorite place because that's where most movies are set about space. Good movie question, good space question, good danger question. Okay, any other space questions? You're very quiet over here. What about you, sir? You got a space question?
What color is the sun?
Yeah, man, it's kind of yellow. I try not to look at it, and I suggest you don't look at it. You'll damage your eye. Good danger question, good eye safety question. Questions about space, or danger, or the zones, or me? Yes?
What's an event horizon?
Yeah, it's when a thing happens at the edge of where you can see it. Good event question, good danger question, good space question. I have a question here.
Pretty much the same question.
Everyone was thinking it, man. What happens at an event horizon? All the things happen there. Good space question, good danger question. Good question already answered. Okay, any question here?
Oh, yeah. So what's, if humans have an erogenous zone,
Okay.
does space also have an erogenous zone?
The thing about space, and this can be easy to forget, is that everything is space. Space doesn't just exist outside our atmosphere. It's all erogenous to me. Good space question, good erogenous question, good danger question. Okay, question, yeah, go ahead, sir.
Pluto is a planet.
Okay, thank you. Good space question, good Pluto question. Do some research, thank you. Questions about space? Yes, please.
Do aliens exist in space?
Yeah, well, they don't exist on Earth. They'll be somewhere. Good alien question, good space question. They might be dangerous. Good danger question. Okay.
Did they fake the moon landing?
Did they fake the moon landing? Do you know how expensive a camera was back then? It'd be easier to just land on the moon. Good space question, good financial question. Good danger question. Okay, any other questions? Now, some people ask, what does the red button do? What's that red button doing? Just there. What does it do? And what's it doing in the danger zone? Now, when a million fires come out, there's a fire hydrant button. That'll suppress some fires. But to be honest, if there's a fire, just run away. If you hear a countdown of any kind, just start running. Don't go for the button. The button is further into the danger zone, if anything. It's a dangerous button. Good danger button, good dangerous button. Good space button. Yeah, space questions or danger questions or me questions.
How did you contract polio?
I had it from birth, man. It's me and my sister have it, but she's gone to Australia now to be an actress. That's a whole dangerous zone. Good space question, good family question. Any other questions about space? Okay, well look, I'm going to let you go to the gift shop now. Buy yourself a little space shuttle. Oh, why not? Remember your time here? I have a ton of them at home. It's a whole thing. Good space question. Thank you.
Hello, passengers traveling on flight CRM 114. We do apologize, but there will be a slight delay. Thank you for your patience and for traveling with Commander Americana. We command the skies.
No, it's a beautiful boy. That's rude. Yeah, you should teach your son some manners. I'm sorry. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Have you seen Survivor? It's a great show. Yeah, it's got everything in it. Problem solving, kinship, voting. I love a vote. Don't you love a vote? All right. Hey, have you seen Survivor? It's a good show. It's a great show. Yeah, it's got everything. I love a little bit of danger. Me, I'm going on a dolphin swim, and my wife bought it. Yeah, she's not here. Hates dolphins. The whole thing, it's weird. Yeah. Yeah, there's not much danger in it, unless a bloody shark comes, then I'll punch it in the face. And you see a shark, you punch it in the face, that's what you do. Not if you see a bear. You see a bear, you shit your pants, you fall down. Don't shit your pants and run. Track you down, the scent alone. Yeah. No, you fall down when you shit yourself.
Hello, me again. For all you traveling on flight CRM 114, have a quick update. There still is no update. Commander Americana. We command the skies.
Yeah, the other thing. Oh, God. Excuse me. Have you seen Survivor? Yeah, it's a good show. Oh, Bear Grylls is great as well. You're welcome. Yeah, Bear Grylls. He drinks his own urine. He drinks his own urine. He's urine. Yeah. I've never been that thirsty. There's always something to drink, you know. There's no need to go mad. Start drinking your own piss. No, my wife's not here. No, I'm not worried. What's going to happen? She's going to run off with the guy that installed the broadband. Good luck to her if she did. He'd be more used to it than me. Yeah. I remember once she was trying to get me to move this cabinet from the garage to the lounge room. Got about halfway, ended up in hospital. Yeah. They said it was a sprayed ankle. I knew what it was. I was getting old. Can't avoid that. Yeah, I do talk a lot. Thank you.
Hello, passengers traveling on flight CRM 114. Thank you for your patience. We're now very pleased to announce that we'll now be boarding the aircraft. Rows 1 to 30, come up here and get on the plane. Get on here, Commander Americana. We command the skies.
This will be good. If you see Survivor, this will be an adventure, won't it? I don't know, Drake. These witnesses don't seem to know anything. And we just keep going back and forward, and then, none of them saw anything, none of them know anything. Look, my ex-partner had a little bit of a saying when we lost our faith.
The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of the many. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon you.
I don't know how helpful that was, Drake, but I'll drag another one of them in here. All right, witnesses. We need one of you to testify about what happened. Not one of you will come forward. For shame. A crime has been committed. And you watched a man bleed out on stage. You just yucked it up like it was a real chuckle factory. It was a real old good time. No, you're right, I'll change my approach. Hey guys, we're just trying to solve this crime. Wondering if you might be interested in saying a few things about it. You all disgust me. Alright? You watch a man bleed to death, you know how stiff he was when the ambulance came? That never happens. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, it's Julia.
Hi, Julia.
Hi.
What did you see?
Well, I saw a lot of things that night. But all I could say for certain that I'll put down on paper is that I saw a man fall down.
Right, thanks a lot,
That was
Julia.
it.
Thank you.
I'm not surprised you were stiff. His girlfriend was fucking hot.
That's really helpful, sir. Anyone got any other jokes they want to tell at this point? This isn't a joke. A man died. He was shot twice. Yeah. Well, that was a waste of time. Yes, dear. Oh, yeah, family can be that way. My husband was the same. He's gone now, he died. Yes. Died on a plane, I think, somewhere. Yeah. But it's the little things you remember. Like he was meant to move a cabinet from the garage to the laundry. Got that halfway. They ended up in hospital. It was the whole thing. It was a whole waste of time. It's still in the hallway. That bloody cabinet. If you don't mind, will you give it a push? Okay, that's fine. I didn't mean to impose. Yeah. Oh, me, I pot around. I have my garden, which is nice. Some of the year it's just green. No flowers come out, that's nice. Well, what am I doing? I'll get you a tea. No, it's fine. It's fine, I'll get you a tea. It's not a problem. Get 2 cups, why not? There's 2 of us. Is there not? There is. How many tea bags you want, darling? Yeah, I'm gonna go with 2. Why not? Let's get mad. Let's go insane. What about sugar? Oh, as many sugars as you're having. What seems to be so funny? Your accent's gone weird. That's odd. You sound totally different to the rest of this conversation we've been having. That could be confusing if you hadn't heard your voice before, wouldn't it? Don't you think? How many sugars you want? We'll try again. I'll ask you again, because why not? I'm going to have 2 sugars. How many are you going to have? I don't know, man. I'll have 1 or 2. It doesn't even matter. Don't even worry about it. I have no sugar. Oh, how nice. It's just nice to hear your voice again. Now, I've given you 2, which is 2 more than you wanted. I'm going to pour that out. So I wasted time there. Sort of got lost in my own thing. I was thrown. I put another sugar in. Oh, what a day I'm having. Listen, what's that? Oh, no, my son doesn't live here anymore. He sort of moved out on his own. Yeah, oh, he dated your sister, did he? That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, do you know when he'll come back, or is he meant to be here? You know where I can find him? Oh, look, he's got a show coming up. I'm sure you could see him there. Whatever you've got for him. Yeah, you know, do you know what zone he's in, or where I might be able to find him? I'm sure I've got a poster around here somewhere. God knows he got tons of them. More than he needed. Waste. What's he going to do with them when he's done? They're just sort of a reminder of his own failure. That's full of preserves. Don't even like them. It's got alcohol in it. No, it just has a vase in it. Which is weird. I checked the cabinet. Leave the cabinet. I think it might be in the hallway cabinet. Well, here it is, dear. It's in here with these papers. There's so many of them. It's hard to know what to do. That's okay. Just take your time. Yeah, family's hard, huh? It's always something weird. Yeah, thank you. No, don't worry about the tea. I'll let myself out. Oh, sure, dear. I could walk you out. Or you could stay. You could stay with the gun. Have some tea. No, you gone. Okay, well, I'll be alone then. Talking to myself. What a nice boy. We're going down! I'm gonna have to land it myself! Get out of here! You're welcome. Give it a third. Give it a third. No, don't worry about it. All right, survivors of the crash of CRM 114. It's been 2 weeks since we crashed on this godforsaken island. I've been drinking my urine since day 1. Bear Grylls style. Now it's time to make the ultimate sacrifice. All the tinned lemons and salmon are gone. We're out of food. Someone has to make the ultimate sacrifice. Someone has to be eaten. Now, I suggest we draw straws to see who gets eaten. Alright, when I said we draw straws, the important thing was that it would be random. That you wouldn't know who it was going to be. Because it could be anyone that got it. I will kill all of you! Mum remembered that she met a Colombian guy like a week before he got murdered, and then she put us onto him, and then we could find out exactly where he lived. Don't recap, rookie. Just gotta get into this house somehow. Yeah, he's probably not there. We should probably just move on. Drake, come back later. He's gotta come home, doesn't he? He's gotta come home. Now I'll find a way in. Went into the house somehow. Yeah, real nice, Jake. Real nice. I'm checking out the bedroom. Classic rookie checking the bedroom. What's with all these empty fish tanks? What's this coffee doing? Oh, this coffee's still warm. Rookie! The coffee's still warm, Rookie. Rookie, the coffee's still warm. Yeah, I can hear you. What's the relevance? Wait, he must have been here recently. I'm going to check the phone. I'm going to check the bedroom again. So you just did that. Rookie, it's a taxi service. All his clothes are gone. He must be at the airport. There you go, man. There's my passport and tickets and really everything you need. So I can get out of here. I can flee from the crime. It's a saying in Colombia: to flee from the crime, to leave. It's not important. Let's get on the plane. Where is he, Drake? I can't see him. Oh, it could be anywhere. There he is, near that set of display watches. It's the cops. Get him! Display case of watches. Oh no, I'm falling, Rocky. Go without me, go without me. I won't go without you. Alright, I'll go without you. I guess I should get out of here, old mate. Can I please commandeer this vehicle, sir? Thank you very much. Have a good day. They're gonna crash. Rookie? Rookie, where are you? Rookie. Rookie! Get off him, Rookie. Get off. No, I'm gonna kill him! Oh, you think you got me, man. Check out my carry-on. Listen, carry-on. Oh my god. What is it? It's full of snakes. Pass me your gun! Here you go! I think I got him. You got away for a long time, man. Well, Drake Lamar, you did it. You solved 2 crimes, one of which I wasn't sure happened. There you go, Drake. I got you that gold watch. Thanks, Chief. I just keep thinking about what Detective Jackson would say right now if he was here to see it. I guess it's time for me to go on my way. Oh, Drake, no! Yeah, Drake, stay on board. Legally, you can work for another 10 years. Solve some crimes, do some good. No, I don't. I think it's time for a new generation. Time for me to move on. Oh, come on, Drake. Please. Please stay. Thank you so much. There's a couple of things I want to say, but I want to thank some people first. Yeah, thank you. I want to thank Marcus Willis for doing what he's doing. John Lawton for doing what he's done. Ralph Frederickson for directing what I did. I pointed over there like he's there and he's not there. He's in Sydney, which is that direction, but not the same thing. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. You probably have a bunch of questions about Laura Melendez. Yes, she's real. Yes, she was from Colombia. What's the probably third thing? Yeah, it really happened. Forget it. So I guess something I should probably say at the start of the show, which is a great way to preface anything you say at the end of a show. Take that on board. Performers that are sitting here, just write that down. Move it into your own act. That's my suggestion. What I wanted to do with this show is I've told lots of stories about relationships I've been in where I'm like this underdog hero, just dealing with madness of some kind. And that's definitely not the case with this relationship. I dealt with it really badly. I don't know how you deal with that well, to be fair to me, and we should be. But afterwards she spoke to me, Laura Melendez spoke to me and said, I really could use your help. I know that probably this affects our ability to be a couple, but I need you as a friend, and I just wasn't there for her. And then I thought it wouldn't matter. Her brother eventually tracked me down. His name wasn't Sancho. I don't remember his name. And they were trying to find her. Eventually they did find her. She went missing for a while. And I thought me not being there for her wouldn't matter because how I felt had changed. So I thought it'd be okay. I thought we were all simple and it would be fine. But the truth is it wasn't fine. And she had a really hard time of it for a while. And I could have made that easier, and I always regret that. And that's kind of what I wanted to leave you with, my horrible mistake. But also the thought of, it's easy to think that we're simple people and what we do won't matter based on how we feel. But we can't deny the power we have over each other. And I thank you so much for being here tonight and having that power for me and giving me that strength here. Thank you for a brief clap. But it is easy to think we're all simple, but what we are is complex and beautiful, and that's not a bad thing. And reach out to someone who's close to you and tell them that you care. Thank you. Thank you very much. Caesar Highlander. Thank you all for coming. Whether I know you or not, let's go downstairs and drink. Yeah?